I'd like to say.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Because in rehearsal, I thought we decided that we're just
You know, we have a record number of Black Emmy nominees this year, which is great. This is the part where the white people start to applaud.
Oh.
What the f*** was that?
These Emmys would have been NBA All-Star Weekend and Wakanda, all wrapped in one. Alone in a sterilized green room, trying not to sneeze on a llama. What a damn shame.
Actually, an alpaca.
Don't white-splain it to me, Jimmy.
Sorry.
It should have been a pit bull.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and whoo-wee did we get a cringe fest at last night's Emmys, as well as, and I know when I tell you this, you're going to smash that like button. You're going to leave a comment. And you're going to decide that today is the day I've earned your subscription. I am pushing. I'm giving it everything I've got to make 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. And if I do it, maybe I'll just shave down to just a mustache. We're still working on what's going to happen if I do it, but I can't do it without you. Now, legendarily low ratings for the Emmys last night, and some of the most uncomfortable cringe I've ever endured. TV ratings, Emmy Awards drop to a new all-time low, and that's after last year they had a 33% drop in total viewership. Nobody wanted to listen to celebrities in 2020, and I love it. I didn't stop from bringing a huge amount of cringe. Before we get into all that, huge shout out to this video sponsor, Satisfy. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Satisfy, the makers of the brand new Zen Grip Pro. Now, I've had my Switch since about launch, and I've never used a grip on it. In fact, here it is. But what the Zen Grip Pro offers is amazing. It adds a ton of comfort regardless of your hand size. Let's take a look at what's inside the Zen Grip Pro bundle, which, by the way, will make a great Christmas birthday gift or a gift to yourself. Inside their case, you open it up. You've got spots for all of your games. Now, you could just get the grip if you wanted. But if you take the actual grip out, what you see on here is a lot of silicone on the back. So essentially your Switch will float on that. So no plastic on plastic touching. It slides in super easy, and it's in there. Like, it does not come out once it's in there, and it is infinitely more comfortable. And they gave me a special discount code, which will be in the pinned comment below. You can save 10% off. Not only support the channel by getting yourself an awesome new grip for your Nintendo Switch or one for your friend or family member, but you'll also be supporting the channel and a sponsor. So check out the Satisfy, either the Zen Grip Pro, or if you have a Switch Lite, they also have a controller. Link in the pinned comment below. If we go back, by the way, definitely, this is, when I tell you I use the stuff, I use it, and I love it. It's a great gift, and it goes to support the channel. Pick your Satisfy Zen Grip up today. Now, 2019 Emmys were a ratings disaster. Now, this is last year. Sunday Ceremony drew 6.9 million viewers, down 30% from the year before. Last night, do we think they had... Everybody's at home. Everybody's at home, right? Everybody's at home. So ratings increasing should be automatic. That's the funniest part about this. My YouTube channel has flourished because more people are at home. Now, do I feel guilty about that? Sometimes a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, more people means more viewers, just quite simply by default. TV ratings, Emmy Awards dropped to a new low. According to early numbers, last night's show, hosted by the unfunny Jimmy Kimmel, scored a 1.0 rating among 18 to 49 and drew only 5.1 million viewers. If we look at last year when they called it a ratings disaster, it drew 6.9 million. Now it's down to 5.1. While those numbers will increase later in the day as more accurate information comes in, they still represent a roughly 15% dip in total audience from last time around. Last year marked a historic low for TV's top award show, and as a hostless ceremony on Fox delivered a massive 33% decline from the year before, scoring a 1.6 rating and scoring 6.9 million viewers. For comparison, the previous 4 ceremonies before that were watched by 10 million, 11.4 million, 11.9 million. That 6.9 million figure was roughly 1/3 the total pair of eyeballs Emmys drew as recently as 2013. Viewership is down 70% since 2013. Sunday's night ceremony could have been a flaming disaster, but by and large, Kimmel managed to keep things together, especially considering he was leading proceedings from an empty Staples Center. No, what was found was is that nobody cares about celebrities. If you go on Twitter and you just look at the top comments around Kimmel and being unfunny, there are thousands, and these are people who are clearly watching it. 782 likes. In these trying times, it's nice to know some things are still constant, like Jimmy Kimmel being unfunny in the Emmys. Holy F, Jimmy Kimmel is so incredibly unfunny. Just notice Jimmy Kimmel says, wow, look at that. She's younger than a Baby Yoda. Younger Baby Yoda. At the end of this, when Zwi is taking this unfunny man's job. Jimmy Kimmel, so unfunny. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel stole the foundation of his monologue directly from Fall by Eminem. When talking about the Grammys, Eminem says every parasite needs a host. Kimmel used the identical line, replacing it unfunny ped. Someone please, this is so hilarious. God, Jimmy Kimmel is so unfunny. All of these just cringe moments after cringe moments, but I digress. I'm going to give you some of the lightest cringe from the Emmys, and then we're going to go to the absolute most uncomfortable cringe moment I have ever seen. Same energy as when Kanye West and Mike Myers were on live TV, and Ye was like, George Bush doesn't care about black people or something like that. It was like that, only worse. So you had why Jimmy Kimmel and Anthony Anderson's Black Lives Matter moment wasn't enough. That's right. It's never enough, everybody. Didn't you know that? It's never enough. If you live your life trying to please people who tell you how to live your life, you're never going to be happy, ever. The show checked the Black Lives Matter box with a skit featuring Anthony Anderson. That was a skit? During the moment, Anderson noted that a record number of black Emmy nominees this year. This was supposed to be the blackest Emmys ever, Anderson noted. So? Then Anderson coaxed Kimmel to follow him in a BLM chant. Say it so Mike Pence can hear it. BLM, Anderson said before he was glad I got that off my chest, Kimmel added with a laugh. I'm glad you did too. The chant was cringe-worthy, as it felt like the Black Lives Matter skit was a punchline as time to fill the broadcast. I like Anthony Anderson, and oh my God, that bit didn't hit tonight, tweeted Huffington Post editor. The cringe-worthy introducing Anthony Anderson BLM expletive made my head ache. I mean, with a platform this large, the Emmys could have done more. This was time to be firm in their support instead of briefly mentioning it. Well, okay, says you. Instead, the broadcast could have taken the time to highlight what steps the Academy is taking toward equality, or the show could have allotted time for stars to speak about the movement, similar to the way first responders got a platform to speak about the COOF. But while Kimmel and Anderson's BLM movement fell short, other stars stepped up for it. Regina King wore a Breonna Taylor shirt that read, "Say her name," while accepting her Emmy. Okay, great. I'm super happy for you with your Emmy. And then you obviously have Uzo Aduba wore a Breonna Taylor shirt while accepting her. Do you think any of this has to do with record low ratings? I mean, you don't have to be a rocket surgeryist to understand that This is cringe, and nobody cares what uber rich celebrities. You know what? If you care about BLM, put your money where your mouth is and shut up about it. I'm far less inclined to give somebody credit when they parade every little good deed they do out on social media. Anderson did get right things. He said, I'm rooting for everybody black because black stories, black performances, and Black Lives Matter, he said during his skit. Well, that sounds racist to me. I mean, I want to root for the best person to win, regardless of their skin color. It feels like he's getting this like weird black power movement, which is, I don't think, a great look. I don't think that you want to have those type of weird moments. Look at this video. Now, I'm not gonna get to play much of it because, you know, it's Jimmy Kimmel getting completely roasted. Currently at 3.3 thousand dislikes to 1.2 thousand upvotes on Jimmy Kimmel's own channel. All right, this is in your house, Jimmy, and your own fans are sick of this. Let's look at some of the top comments. So tired of the anti-white hatred. My support for BLM is now the lowest it's ever been. This was just embarrassing. Say it, Anthony. Say it out loud. It's okay to be racist if you're a black guy. Posting before the comment section gets shut down. This was so cringe. Please stop. You're already behind. Quote, celebrities, Hollywood and mainstream media are no longer influential and they know it. Expect more of this. They're desperate. More cringe to come. Ironically, coming from a black millionaire, while I'm sitting here unable to afford rent because they don't accept my white privilege. I didn't even know the Emmys were on yesterday. It looks like I didn't miss anything except this train wreck. Hollywood elites thinking casual racism is okay because it's not targeting black folks. Surprised Kimmel didn't kiss his shoes and apologize. I mean, you know what's interesting? Deleting comments and adjusting the like ratio won't make us hate this any less. Kimmel has no dignity whatsoever. I mean, there is... I mean, look at this. Hold on. Look at this. I mean, I don't... This is so cringe.
Black Lives Matter. Louder, Jimmy. Black Lives Matter. Louder, Jimmy. Say it so that Mike Pence can hear it. Black Lives Matter. That's right.
Yes. Yes. Two multimillionaires on a stage in the Staples Center telling me something that they do nothing to support. Didn't Jimmy Kimmel do blackface? Oh, yeah, he did. It was funny because last night, basically every single tweet that the Emmys put out was bombarded with pictures of Jimmy Kimmel in blackface. Jimmy Kimmel up there saying Black Lives Matter while never really dealing with his blackface stuff is hilarious to me. Jimmy Kimmel went on a vacation. Why? Because it was to avoid the backlash. And it looks like they successfully just accepted it because he says the right things at the right times, apparently. The event was full of awkward moments, from this weird mail-in voting sketch where, like, I don't understand. It was just... It's so weird. Like, who is this for? Who is this even for? This mail-in thing. The virtual Emmys kicked off with a totally puzzling opening. Kimmel recited his monologue. Production kept cutting away to a full house of A-list attendees laughing and reacting. Viewers were left scratching their heads if the show actually had a real audience in attendance or if editors were using old footage. After nearly 10 minutes, Kimmel finally revealed that it was all a joke and that he was actually speaking to an empty Staples Center. We all knew this. Then they had this weird, was it supposed to be Russia? Were you supposed to be making fun of the Postal Service? Without the laughter of a live audience, many of Kimmel's jokes and bits with presenters were followed by deafening silence, making them totally cringeworthy. It was the most obvious in a bit that Kimmel did with a creepy-looking postman from, quote, St. Petersburg, who asked the host, "May I take your ballot?" Like, it's supposed to be, what, about election interference? Is that nobody got that joke? And then you have, I mean, it was just... And then there were, of course, people that were mad that they were making light of the lockdown because, of course, this is their fandom. These are the people. You know, everyone out there, wear your masks and stay home and watch us on TV so we can tell you how terrible you are. Get woke, go broke. I look forward to reporting on next year's new record low in viewership. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.